Okay, so regarding myself, my name's Ronnie, and
how'd you end up here?
Sorry?
How'd you end up here?
Where?
Here.
Oh, well, that's what I was coming to.
All right. Sorry.
Alfred Hitchcock's got nothing on you. Alright, okay then, so how did I get here? Okay, I started off a silver apprenticeship in Yarrow Shipbuilders. I then joined the Merchant Navy at the age of 21. I was there for 6 years. I was back in Yarrow Shipbuilders, quality control, quality insurance. That's a career I quite liked. And thereafter I was there for 14 years, and then I got a post in the Sultanate of Oman, quality assurance manager. So I was there for 14 years. I came back. I did final 5 years before I was 65. And then I saw an advert, and it was obviously from Misha, looking for someone with general engineering experience, also music experience, which I don't really have any of. But here I am, and I think it's 5 years. I don't know where that's all gone. So, and that's how I got here.
Fantastic.
Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect. So what are we doing today?
So what we do is here, this is the storage area for the components for the whistle, and we have to use the plugs. We're getting bigger benches. These are the plugs, these are the airways, and these get glued together, okay, and they get put inside here, okay. First of all, I have to say that we deburr everything that should be deburred, because putting the fipple in, when these are sitting up with the taper at the top, they have been, sorry, not these, the actual fipples, which I'll just get. These are the fipples which go in here from this end, and they have been polished, and the polish finished there, and that has to go to the top. The main thing is not to get it scratched on the way down, so that's why we deburr and clean it out before we put it in. So these are glued with the glue and the hardener, and then we can put in the inner sleeve and the outer sleeve. The inner sleeve gets polished because it protrudes out from the head or the body, as it may, different models and different situations. Okay, music, that's fine.
Yes, yes, all right, sorry.
Thank you.
Can I take a name, please?
Anderson, Ronnie Anderson. So the inner sleeve here is the polished one. And this is where we insert the glue. We used the hardener, and that goes in there. But these latest models, we've done away with the glue. We've put a very slight taper at the very end of the bore, and it clicks in. So to exclude the glue is a good step forward. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, that happened quite recently. Okay.
So no glue at all?
Oh, not on the inner sleeve, but on the outer one we can't do because of the thinness of the metal there, we can't do that. So this one gets glue now, and the hardener.
But you've
and that presses in there.
You've eliminated glue from one step.
From one side, which is a development. There's been little developments all along the way, as I'm sure you'll learn from Misha, and so that's a good one. So now these components that I showed you beforehand, these are in the initial process of putting the heads together. Generally this is done before these come back, of course. This is the original fitting of the head, and this is where, now this sleeve has a taper on it, and this is the plug. So when we do these, we hold the sleeve and we put glue in an H shape round here. This is to ensure that the glue doesn't come anywhere near the top surface. So as you'll see, if I get it in the right way, this is tapered, so it's finally going to catch there. Perhaps one day we can do it without putting any glue in it, you know. Something else we're working on, always looking to get things refined as we go along. This finally goes in here, and we clamp it together. So I could actually show you one without putting the glue in, if you like.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think. No, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
That's all right.
I can.
And your procedures of doing things are always sort of like developing as well, are they?
Oh, exactly, yeah. And another thing that we have done, probably partly Misha's very keen on it too, is an actual quality control. And we have quality control standard procedures and quality control test forms, and we sign them off and stamp them as we go along in the machinery line, which starts from here and it moves along until the polishing down there, and after the final polishing and cleaning, that's when they get sent off to the anodizer in their bare state, and then they come back fully anodized, as you saw with the Pro Ds. So, but this is the initial procedure for putting the heads together to set it up. If I can just find this tool. There is another stage that we don't have to do now. Generally we would have deburred inside here, but when we send them off for machining to the inside there as we receive them, they have taken a little undercut, so we don't have to do that anymore. So for the moment I think I can put this one together while you're here. So this is the gluing process for setting up the head. Oh shush. There are different glues that we use for different components. This one's 317. Now this is the H shape I'm telling you about. Inside and outside.
And that's a sort of metal glue, is it?
Well, these are grade high spec aluminium. These are aluminium, like, you know, but this is a special glue for this.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I said to you before regarding we only have to use the curing process, which is in the oven, but we only have to use that for the sleeves. We don't have to use the curing process with the hardener, because going in the oven on the glue is fine the way it is. Okay, so that's that glued up. That's that going in. Now we line this up. And I want that over there a little bit. Just a tiny bit more.
So are you doing it by eye, kind of?
Oh yeah, you've just got to line that up. The machine very accurately. There's no much room for getting it. You want it really dead on.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. In here, and that's it in. It's on a taper and it's glued. It's going nowhere.
So you've just pushed that in there.
That's it. Yeah.
And using that machine as
using this here
as force.
It's counterproductive, yeah. As you're
Okay.
pushing that way, it's pushing it in and locking it together. So generally after this, we would always wipe it clean. And that's in for good. And what that gives you is the air hole. Okay? And that's it set inside, and you can't see any of the metal on each side. So that's
Wow.
what we do. So once we get that there, it goes over to there. We do a little chamfer on the end here, and of course, I don't know if Misha's shown you a model of the final head, the way it comes out.
Yeah, what we can.
You can
yeah,
see that goes on the undercutter machine, and that forms the shape of the head. So from that there, so we do these generally in batches of 10s. That's how we send them away. And everything's logged, and as I say, it's all stored here where you can see immediately how many you've got of each stock.
Right.
So it's good that way.